Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Slots. As a recap, we debunk casino and slot machine myths, theories, especially when it comes to people charging others money for the so-called winning strategies, which I call snake oil. For the first 10 to 20 minutes, I will be discussing the topic at hand, which is the top 10 slot machine myths and theories debunked. Then I'll say hello to everyone and take your questions. So you may have heard, do not play that machine because it is hot. Don't play on Tuesdays because that's when the casinos tighten up. All these myths are pretty common among players by this point. However, we'll be debunking them one by one to prove that that people who are trying to sell you a program can easily manipulate you and manipulate myths for their financial gain, where you lose your bankroll and possibly lose your life savings. That is why I'm really putting an emphasis on these myths today. So here we go. Here are some myths and theories that I heard over the years as a slot player. We will start by listing them all off and then going into each one of them briefly, and you're welcome to ask questions as we dive deeper into detail after the first 10 minutes, which we'll be doing via questions. Alright, so here we go. Slot machines pay more in the morning since everyone from the night before dumped money into them. Well, that is actually a really common myth. However, we'll definitely dive way deeper into that myth as we talk about the other myths too. This myth does not hold very much water, as you'll see in myth number 3 and 4. Actually, myth number 5 I meant. So let's go. Let's go with myth number 2. You get more jackpots by playing high-limit slot machines. Yes, you do get more jackpots when you play high-limit slot machines. However, the higher you bet, the most likely your win will approach the $1,200 threshold. That is the taxable amount in the United States. This is often called a jackpot hand pay, even if the player did not win a jackpot. Let's say you are playing pennies and you up your bet to $25. It is very tempting to say, or somebody to tell you, I up my bet from $1 to $25 and I won a jackpot, and therefore you should do the same. In reality, that $25 bet makes your win more likely to exceed $1,200. In fact, if you're playing $250 Dragon Link, all it takes is 2 symbols to win a hand pay. Let's move on to the next theory. Theory number 3. If you jump onto a machine after someone dumped their money into it, you'll have better odds of winning since that machine is ready to hit. False. Machines do not care who dumped money into it. Past events do not influence current events on a machine. We will dive deeper into why this theory does not hold water as we keep talking. Number 4. If you up your bet, it increases the odds of winning of the machine giving you a bonus or a jackpot. Unfortunately, that is not true. If you up your bet, you may lose your money way quicker. The machine has no way of telling who's playing it or if you're the one who upped your bet. Each spin is independent of itself. It is easy to fall for this trap if you get very, very, very lucky a few times. Even I believed the theory for a little bit until I realized that the random number generator cannot tell who's hitting the spin button. All it does is generate combinations for the reals, and you must hit the button at just the right time. Timing does not really matter since it's a new combination of numbers that is generated at every single microsecond. Number 5. Casinos set their machines to pay you after 5 spins, so you get the taste of winning where you're playing. Sorry to say, but no matter what the professor in quotation marks says, if that was the case, you would see machines giving you a bonus after 5 spins consistently at any bet. You may get lucky and one day and think that this trick seems to work for you. Most days not so much, given the odds of a slot machine. Heck, I even tried this on a few machines at the large casino without any luck during a live stream. That did not work. I ended up making a joke of myself. SD Guy 123 was in the chat to witness it. I know, more SD Guy references. Ring a ding ding. Personally, I would suggest trying this for yourself like I did if you have the bankroll and you don't agree with me, which is totally fine. Number 6. Slot machines do not pay out on weekends because that is when casinos tighten up. Myths 6, 7, and 8 go together, which we'll cover next. I do want to say that casinos already take a huge profit during the weekends, even when evenings. I do want to say that casinos take a huge profit during the weekends, evenings, and whenever people say that they tighten up. It may be your perception or bias playing tricks on you. However, casinos do not need to do nothing to the tables or to the machines to make a profit. In fact, if they did, people would catch on and not come during certain days, which defeats the purpose of the casino's entire business model around luck. Alright, number 7. You can tell when the slot machine is about to hit just by looking at the real patterns. Sorry to break it, but you cannot. The coin symbols of the reels do not determine the next spin, since each spin is independent from one another. The machine is blind to your previous spins. If you could tell what the machine would do based on the current pattern, it would defeat the entire purpose of the slot machine being a luck-based machine, and it would ultimately make it pretty boring for the players, because players could walk up to a machine and be like, oh look, that WMS blue board slot machine, well, it has these 2 symbols, shouldn't play it, bye. Or walk up to like another like machine and be like, yeah, that machine not paying because it has no jackpot symbols on the reels, which would completely defeat the purpose. In fact, the machine is blind to the previous spins. Actually, wait, I already said that. Instead of playing based off luck, people will be able to empty out the machine just by looking at the reels, which the casino does not want at all. Number 8. Mondays are the best days to play because everyone dumped their money into the machines and the casinos loosen up to attract more players during the week. The exact same logic applies from myth number 7. Slot machine payouts cannot be touched even by slot techs unless the gaming commission is present. But I do want to add something. A casino who tightens some machines without the gaming commission permission, along with hours of paperwork, will land themselves in a huge vat of legal troubles. Hey Brad, good to see you and good morning. Now imagine a casino trying to tighten up all the slot machines on Sunday night. All that paperwork, all that time, it would waste hours of time, and the gaming commission would most likely say no, since the payout percentage, how much a machine gives back to its players over the course of like 1 million spins accounts for the lifespan of the machine, not a single session. That's at least 1 million spins. Side note, do not fall for anyone who says, play that machine at such and such casino because the payback is 96%, or a sign that reads 99% payback. These machines will still eat your money. In fact, slot techs do not know the programming of a machine, which we'll cover in next week's episode. Even if a tech says, I know this and that, especially when it comes to winning involving your money. Please proceed with caution. A slot tech's main jobs are repairing the wiring, fixing cold solder joints, unjamming bill validators, correcting touchscreen errors, and adjusting the volume for players who request it. These tasks have nothing to do with the CPU itself or the programming. Slot techs cannot even touch the CPU to change out the pair percentages without the Gaming Commission's presence or even make repairs to the CPU. If someone mentions that they know that the machines are hit based on the slot technology, I would be very, very, really long tangent aside. Let's keep going on. Myth number 9. If you hit stop reels at just the right moment, you will increase the odds of landing a winning combination. By hitting stop reels, it speeds up the animation. The machines are not programmed to pay out depending on when you hit stop reels. For example, if you're playing Dragon Link and you need to get 6 orbs on to get the bonus, hey, good morning, M7. If you need to get 6 orbs to get a bonus, it is a common misconception to think, Don, if I just hit stop reel sooner, the orbs wouldn't have passed me up. Even if you let the animation play out, same thing, the orbs would have passed you up too. You would not have gotten the orbs either way. Your winning results are predetermined by when you hit the spin wheels. When you hit spin wheels by the random number generator, which matches up numbers to each symbol. These matches dictate your wins and losses, not just when you hit stop reels or the animation itself. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you feel skeptical, I definitely when I get my slot machine. Hey, good morning, Slotty Math teacher. You came just in time. So we're on myth number 9. Putting a player's card in your player's card decreases the odds of winning. In no way, shape, or form are player's cards is the player card portion and the actual reels connected. The player's cards runs on a separate casino server, where the reels are controlled by the CPU, which is not connected to the player's card. The only way a player card server is connected is through the backplane, which is solely used to distribute power to the machine. None of these rails can communicate to the CPU itself. This is why using a player's card does not decrease your odds, but rather gives you food, room, and other comps that are attached to your name. So definitely be putting in that player's card, which I'm definitely doing going forward. Myth number 10. Casinos track you where you're standing so they can tighten up the machines. Well, that myth is full of baloney. Got to say that. Casinos are unable to track where you're standing. They do not have pressure plates under the carpet, which would cost them at least $1 million in United States power just to install. The only way a casino can track you is through your player's card and security cameras. In fact, it is illegal for casinos to change the machine payouts where a person is actively playing. Yes, that does include server-based machines, which we'll be touching on in a future video. It would give the casino an unfair edge, and it would go against the gaming regulations and rules of not touching the CPU or certain menu options without the approval. Well, that's the top 10 myths for you today. Does anybody have any questions, or would you like me to go through, any of the myths, or because I know that a lot of people just showed up right now, right when I just finished up the myths. Alrighty, so I'll wait 1 more minute. Well, I don't thank everybody for being here. I know that this was like a very short live stream, and I know that this was a very, 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 very short live stream. And since I had to move my live stream from this evening to this morning, I also don't mind redoing the entire live stream again on a later date so that more people can come on in and have their questions answered. I also just realized, but I do have to go right now because I have a phone call I forgot about, which is happening in 15 minutes. So see you around, everybody. Bye-bye.